Okay, welcome to part two of our technical technician video from Diagnation. Um, our title is Honda Power Mirror Diagnosis with a Scope. In part one, we did the four situations for the driver's side mirror. Now we're going to deal with the passenger side mirror. And go to your schematic. You got it in part one. And take a good look at your schematic, and I will get to the scope. I will get us to our fifth situation being passenger side mirror up. Let me go back and get orientated here. I'm gonna know my starting point. That's gonna be right here, and I'll zoom in on this. This is our fifth situation. This is the passenger side mirror right here. This is a passenger side mirror going up. So as you look at your schematic, we come in on the fuse. We come across to the top bar on the top feed going into the power mirror switch, and we go to the up portion of the up down portion. We go in on the up latch, through the up latch, across, over. Now we're going to be on the passenger mirror side, so that we're gonna latch that mirror select switch over to the passenger for the rest of the video. And as we latch over to the passenger, we're going to come out on pin 7. So we've got some more inconsistencies now. We're coming out on 7. We're coming down through the amp clamp over to the passenger side mirror to the passenger up-down motor, through the up-down motor over to pin 1, which is our yellow test lead, through the passenger latch up to the passenger up latch, and from the up latch it takes it out to ground to pin 3. But we got some more weirdness going on, and we'll take a look at it. Let's just follow everything right from the connector at the power mirror switch. Our pin 7 should be high, but that is low. And our pin yellow should be low, it is high. So just take a look at that. You can see the red channel, which is the ground, is acting like it is a ground technically in reality. And our feed is right here. That is where the yellow test lead is. But it's inconsistent, so I guess we gotta do that mental switch again between pin 7 and pin 1, if things are gonna behave like we kind of assume they would. But nonetheless, our current is flowing down, is flowing opposite of the direction of the arrow. That's the way it's placed on the wire, and that is so we know our current it came in through pin 1 in reality, over to the up-down motor on the passenger side, and it grounded through pin 7 to the passenger latch, up to the up latch and out to ground. But as you can see from our current is opposite. So these things, we're just what we see on the scope and what we assume sometimes are two different things when we got inconsistent service information. And of course we have our, I guess I call our other leads that are kind of picking off voltage. I guess we could say the blue terminal is picking off ground. The purple terminal is picking off ground. Our blue terminal is picking off ground, and nobody seems to be picking off any high voltage. That may change in the next situation. So we're going to go to our sixth situation next. That would be the passenger side mirror down. That is this guy right here. I may blow this up because it may be easier to understand. Okay, this is our passenger side mirror going down. Take a look at your schematic. We want to latch the down portion of the up-down switch. We want to come over through the switch to the passenger side of the latch. So we're gonna come in, and we want to come out pin 1, which is where our yellow test lead is. So that in theory should be a high voltage, but it's not. So we take a look at our yellow, and that is a low voltage. And as we come out pin 1, we come through the passenger up-down motor, out to the motor, over to pin 7, and 7 appears to be our ground, and um, and up through the passenger latch, over to the down latch and out to ground. But where do we have where do we have our high voltage? We have high voltage on blue. So let's look at that. This is, I just want to make sure we're on the right scenario. I'll lose my bearings here. I'm going to start from the beginning. We are on the 6th situation. There is 1, 2, there is 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is 6 right here. I might have been on the wrong one. Let's get back. I didn't mean to muddy you there. I was on the wrong one. This is the 6th situation. This is the passenger side mirror down. We close the down latch on the up down portion. We come in through the passenger latch. We come out yellow, and we should be high on yellow, and we are low. We come through yellow up to the up down motor on the passenger side, and we should be high on, or should be low on red, but what are we here? We are high on red. You see that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So again, you got to do the mental switch, evidently between 7 and 1, like we did in the other situation. But nonetheless, we can see the inconsistency with how it's set up and the wiring schematic. As far as current on channel H, our current is flowing above 0, so it is flowing in the direction of the arrow as it's set up, and technically it shouldn't do that according to the way we look at the schematic, but nonetheless it is. And we have high voltage. Let's see, we're high on blue, we're high on green, and we're high on purple, blue, and green we're high on, because they are picking off voltage that's available to them from their test point, even if it has to go through 1 or 2 motors or sides. If you follow your schematic to those one at a time to those Teslas, you'll see how the voltage can get there, because it can go through a motor. A motor is basically, when it's not turning, it's basically a conductor. So take a look at that, and then we're down to we're going to go to the last 2 situations. That would be 7 and 8. Okay, right here is our 7th situation, and that is the passenger side mirror to the left. So look at your schematic, and you want to go to the left-right portion of the power mirror switch. You want to latch it left, so we come in on the top of the fuse to the left latch. We close that down outside that over to the passenger latch. We latch the passenger side. We're going to come out on 7, and we should be high on 7. That's our high feed, and we are high on. So this one's acting normal. Our current goes through pin 7, and it's high, which is the way it is in the schematic. Right here we see a positive current north of 0. It goes through pin 7, through the clamp, over to the passenger mirror, to the left-right motor, through the left-right motor, up to pin 10, which is our purple test lead, and that's going to be low, which it is, that's the ground, up through pin 10, up into the switch, over to the left latch. The left latch takes it to the ground bar. As you can see, follow that out on the switch to pin 3, and that's a normal looking circuit. We're not, we don't have any inconsistencies in this portion of it, but nonetheless we have those voltages that are sort of picking off power or ground. You can see in this situation we would probably say well, I guess yellow is picking off a high voltage and blue is picking off a low voltage, and red is high, purple is low as it should be, and green is picking off a low, as you can see, that's a ground on the green. That's picking off a low voltage. So we're gonna get to the final situation. That is the 8th position, and that is right here. This is 8th. Okay, that would be the passenger side window to the right. Take a look at the switch. We go to the left-right portion of the switch. We latch it right. We get fed from the fuse to the right latch, out of passenger at pin 10, which is purple, which is we got a high feed there. That's pin 10. We're high on pin 10, down to the passenger mirror, to the left-right motor, through the left-right motor, up over to pin 7, which is red. That's going to be our ground, which is behaving like a ground, okay? And we can see our current flow through the amp clamp, which is in the opposite direction of the arrow on the amp clamp, which we explain the current being negative, south of 0, up through pin 7, through the passenger latch, over to the right latch, and the right latch brings it up to ground through pin 3. As I said, you got to pay attention to the schematic. It'll make more sense as you can see the situation. But nonetheless, that's our situation with the scope. I know it's a simple circuit, but it can be a complex circuit because it's got so many situations. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, sometimes service information can give us inconsistencies. So what we measure on the scope, what we see on service information are two different things. Thank you very much for watching.